Hello, everyone. This is, well, exactly what it says. Test 3 workbook tutorial. This will be our 5th video, and it's phat, but it's phat with a hypothesis test. Um, so it's hypothesis. Here's what we do. Um, um, so we're going to need our test 3 workbook, and we're going to need a problem to work. The problem I have decided to work is this one about twins here. So let's just, so what do we got? 3% of births are twins. And is that true for young mothers? We have 7 out of 469 teenage girls. And we're going to write an appropriate hypothesis test. So, first thing I want you to notice about this workbook is that for the hypotheses, it's actually telling you, it's actually specifically asking you, hey, does this work? Does this work? Does this work? Does this work? No reason to assume that one pregnancy depends on another. While this is not random as such, we have just taken every possible case of a teenage girl having a birth in a hospital and it being twins. So there might be some skew to the distribution, or the distribution of young women that would enter a hospital for this might be slightly different from the total population of pregnant teenage girls. But in general, we're good. Less than 10%, yes, definitely less than 10% of teenage pregnancies is our sample size here. 469. Success failure, there are definitely 10 successes, but there are not, well, what do we mean by success? Let's look back to the problem statement. 7 sets out of 469. That's not quite 10. Yep. The book doesn't even talk about that. It talks about a bunch of other stuff, but doesn't even mention that. Well, I guess we're going to proceed. So we don't know much, so let's say not equal. Our H naught, so our null, is the H naught, otherwise known as the null, is that the p hat is going to be equal to the real population proportion p. 0, 3. We're going to test for not equal. Enter there. It's just going to copy that down for us. Fill in my n here, 469. Enter. All right, not div by 0 anymore. That's nice. Okay, so what do we have here? We have p hat from sample. That's what we haven't filled in yet. So this will have to be equal 7 divided by 469. All right, so that's 1%, 1.5%. And that corresponds to a test statistic of -1.9 and a p-value of 0.55. So that's a slightly less than that, or slightly more than that 5% level everybody likes to worship. Yeah, there's some evidence that young women have fewer twins. There's not a lot of evidence, but there's some evidence. Okay, let's check this out, right? So let's start testing. What if I wanted 10% significance? In that case, this would be enough evidence to reject H naught. There's weak evidence for the alternative hypothesis. What if I put 5% here? Oh, we failed to reject H naught. There is not evidence for the alternative hypothesis. Okay, well, that's pretty straightforward. I won't whip this dead horse